Natural pain relievers at Let's Get Healthy on my blog, agingslasher.blogspot.com. Highly recommend you guys check that out. I'm going to be putting up a lot of new blog posts, and you can read all about that once you go to my blog. But today's video, we're going to talk about natural pain relievers. Okay? Now, what do you take for pain? Most people are going to say, well, I take Tylenol, aspirin, ibuprofen, over-the-counter. Pain relievers are typically the most common thing that people will take to relieve their pains from their headaches, fever, toothaches, arthritis, whatever kind of pain that you have. That's usually typically what the average person will take. Now, is pain actually good? Well, pain basically serves to warn us that something isn't right, and it's simply nature's way of getting our attention. Is aspirin dangerous? Yes, aspirin is actually dangerous. Aspirin is a drug, and all drugs are poison. Have you ever read on the back of these labels on aspirin, Tylenol, ibuprofen, or what have you that says, if accidental overdose, contact Poison Control Center immediately? If it wasn't actually poison, then why would they say contact Poison Control Center immediately? Because it is poison, and you shouldn't be putting it in your body. Now, back in the day, during the time of pirates and stuff like that, they used to put the skull and bones on the bottles of the drugs or the medicine that they took back then. And that was a warning that, hey, this is poison, skull and bones, poison, death. Why is aspirin and others like it harmful? Well, aspirin and ibuprofen, called NSAIDs or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, can damage the lining of the stomach, and because aspirin interferes with your blood's ability to clot, it can increase your risk of harmful bleeding. And if you're like most people, you grew up taking aspirin, Tylenol, etc. So you can imagine over the years what this has done to your lining of your stomach. Now, you didn't know any better, but now you do know better, because now you know that it's not good for you. And now that you know, you have one of two choices. Number one, you can continue to take your drugs, or number two, you can take herbs for medicine. And the wise person will always choose number two, which is take herbs for your medicine. Taking herbs for our medicine works because it's what the body is designed to handle. The body is not made up of poison, okay? Poison toxifies the body and stops the process of detoxification. We're all detoxing every day, but that can get slowed down when we constantly bombard ourselves with poisons or toxins, such as drugs. Now, for all the Christians out there, people who believe in God, think about this. The Bible actually tells us that God made the herbs for the service of, or the benefit of man. In Psalms 104:4, it says that the leaf of trees is for medicine. In Ezekiel 47:12, it says, and that the leaf is for the healing of the nations. And in Revelation 22:2, it says, so if God has clearly instructed man on what they should be using for healing, which are herbs, then why are millions of people taking man-made drugs for healing? Now, what's that say about man? It definitely says that they're disobedient. Now, what natural herbs or herb can I take for pain? Well, you have many different ones to choose from, but in this particular video/blog, I'm going to mention 4 that are extremely powerful and very beneficial. Okay, the first is white willow bark. Now, this is a pain-relieving plant that contains the active ingredient salicin, which converts to salicylic acid in your body. I probably didn't even pronounce that right, but whatever. Salicylic acid is a natural medicine that has been used for centuries to relieve pain and inflammation from disease, like arthritis, as well as injuries. Salicylic acid and the active ingredient in aspirin, acetylsalicylic acid, work in essentially the same way. However, all natural salicylic acid doesn't cause stomach bleeding or the other known adverse effects of its synthetic equivalent. Though it may take a little longer for white willow to work, its pain-relieving effects may last longer. and plus it's promoting health. It's pushing you in the direction of health, which is what we want. We don't want to be taking poison. Number 2 is cherry extract, which is another all-natural pain reliever. Anthocyanins both give cherries their pretty hue and rid the body of pain and inflammation. Basically, the colors in the plants is what gives that's what their antioxidants are. It protects them from the sun. We take those things in, it protects us as well. Now, cherry extract helps shut down the enzymes that cause tissue inflammation in the first place, preventing and treating many kinds of pain, like arthritis and gout. Now, I'd also recommend the consumption of cherries too. Number 3, a natural pain reliever, boswellic gum resin extract from the Boswellia serrata tree, which is Boswellia, is a powerful anti-inflammatory and vascular supporting herb. It relieves headaches by opening up the blood vessels that are constricting and causing the pain. This extract also blocks the formation of leukotrienes, other chemicals made in the body that cause inflammation and pain. Also, it is one of the rare treatments that decrease elastase, an inflammatory mediator found to be elevated in those with fibromyalgia. And number 4 is meadowsweet, which is more effective than aspirin for headaches. So, as you can see, there are many herbs for pain, and that's not even including several foods which have anti-inflammatory properties, which can help pain. Now, what's the best way to take these medicines? The best pain relief comes when people use these 3 or 4 herbs together. That's because pain and inflammation often create a cascade in the human body. A trickle of pain that builds to a stream joined by a surge of inflammation, thus combining forces causing ongoing and unrelenting misery. Research shows that the best way to halt this cascade is to use medicines that work synergistically to stop both pain and inflammation. The combined power of white willow, meadowsweet, cherry extract, and boswellia extract provide this synergistic relief. Now, what are some other ways to relieve pain? If you can't afford buying these natural herbs to take as your medicine, what can you take or eat internally that can help relieve you from pain? Well, probably one of the best ways to relieve pain is to eat an anti-inflammatory diet that focuses on fruit, vegetables, nuts, seeds, superfoods, omega-3 fats, and olive oil. This would sometimes be referred to as the Mediterranean diet. This is a very powerful strategy to attacking the root cause of many pain-related problems. Remember that pain is often linked to inflammation. People are creating a lot of inflammation in their body by their choices that they make in life. Now, here are some interesting facts. All of your current commercial pharmaceutical drugs originally came from plants. After originally using real herbs in their medicines, drug companies got greedy. And due to wanting to patent their products, they began making synthetic variations of real alkaline compounds that were actually derived from the natural herbs. Because, face it, herbs grow out in nature for free. It's what God put on the earth for us to take. Now, drug companies would isolate the major alkaloid from a plant and use it in their drug. The major alkaloid is what gives an herb its major property or function. For example, THC in marijuana gives marijuana its function as a hallucinogen. All of your drugs or their major alkaloids came from herbs. Aspirin was derived from aspire, which is meadowsweet. Marinol was derived from marijuana. Birth control was derived from dioxygenin, which is wild yam root. Morphine was and still is derived from poppy. LSD was derived from ergot. Digitalis was derived from foxglove and hellebore. Valium was derived from valerian root. Caffeine was derived from kola nut. Cocaine was and it still is derived from coca leaf. Codeine was derived from the wild cherry bark. Quinine was derived from magnolia bark and dogwood. And menthol was derived from eucalyptus and peppermint. Now, patients who need relief from acute or chronic pain may have many pain medicines available to them. While most are effective, none are completely safe. They all have side effects. Even over-the-counter medications have significant side effects. A good example is Tylenol or acetaminophen. I don't think I pronounced that right, but whatever. Though a common pain and fever reliever, taking 4,000 milligrams or 8 500 milligram tablets daily, the maximum dose, can cause serious, even fatal liver disease. In fact, Tylenol overdose is one of the leading causes of liver failure in the United States. Tylenol should never be used by people who have existing liver disease, who consume more than a drink of alcohol, and should not be taken with aspirin or ibuprofen. Another real danger is that many combination products, such as sinus medications and sleep aids, contain this acetaminophen, so many people are completely unaware of how much they are taking in a day. And that's not even considering how much of this stuff you're taking throughout the given period of your life while you're growing up. Because again, many people are ignorant of this, they don't know that drugs are poison, and that's the only thing that they've known. So that's why I've created this video and brought this to people's attention, because it's really strongly important and it can make a humongous difference in your health, which I'm very happy and glad to bring and present to you. Now, why do people experience pain? Well, there are many reasons, but some common reasons are: 1, toxicity in the body. That's why detoxing is very important, and we'll cover that in another blog. But number 2 is nutritional deficiencies. Many people eat processed foods and don't require the nourishment they need to feel their best. You know, our great-great-grandparents had much better access to high-quality food. You know, if they were drinking milk, it would be raw dairy, which came from cows that were eating grass. They consumed the meat from the cow that was eating grass. You know, it wasn't in a feedlot. It wasn't given grain, so it had a better omega-3 to 6 ratio, which is more important for your health, which is anti-inflammatory. They were consuming fresh fish that they were catching in the river or the sea. And they were growing, you know, their own foods and vegetables in their gardens, which were, of course, organic and natural. Today, it's not so much like that. 3 is an inflammatory diet. Many people eat the standard American diet, which is the SAD diet, which is highly inflammatory, which can cause more pain. 4, you may have injured yourself and experienced pain caused by that accident. And number 5, can you think of any other reasons why you might be experiencing pain? Now, how can I purchase these natural medicines? You can purchase all of these natural medicines by simply clicking on any of the links down below, and you'll be taken to the product and you can purchase it. Now, many of these products are actually cheaper than actually buying Tylenol, aspirin, or ibuprofen. But more so than that is that they are completely safe and will actually promote health. So you don't have to worry about serious side effects. You don't have to worry about your stomach lining getting destroyed. You know, you don't have to worry about severe liver disease or anything like that. These natural plants and herbs have been used for thousands of years by our ancestors and are very, very good for you to take, especially if you're dealing with any kind of pain, which most people are. So just click down below. You can click on the pictures on my blog, and it'll take you right there to purchase these. And if you have any questions, please ask down in the comment section below. If you like this video, please share it, like it, favorite it, and subscribe to the channel. And the question for today is, what do you guys take for your pain? Have you given up Advil or Tylenol and chose to use something more natural like this? So, hope you guys are having a great day, and stay tuned for my next video. With that, I will see you guys later. Peace.